Hello guys, and today we have here another awesome deck. We have here Rainbow Neos to kick off the beginning of Elemental Hero Week. And for those of you who don't know, Elemental Hero Week is the week of July 4th, because I do believe Elemental Heroes are supposed to represent Americans, Destiny Heroes are supposed to represent Britons because of D-Time, and Masked Heroes are supposed to represent something else. I'm not sure. I think somebody said Chinese, somebody else said French. Not really sure on that, but so every year around this time of year I just do a whole bunch of Elemental Hero duels and deck profiles. We would be doing two. The first one is Rainbow Neos, and I'll get on to why I'm doing Rainbow Neos later, but then I would do a more competitive, more viable build on Thursday, so that way you guys can see if you actually want to play Elemental Heroes. I do believe somebody was playing Elemental Heroes at Nationals. I do believe he was one of the featured mats, so if I can get his deck list, I would probably show off his deck. But as far as why we were playing Rainbow Neos, well, that's a combination of two things. The first thing is I did not play this deck during last year's Elemental Hero deck, so I want to play something new. Last year I played Electrum OTK, and with the recent Supreme Court ruling, I thought it would be very fitting to play Rainbow Neos, because rainbows is the color of the LGBT community, so I figured that would be really good. So let's just go on 3 Neos and 3 Rainbow Dragons dead in the deck, and Neos, if you can get him out on the field, you can mass chain second him, just mass change him into Koga, so he does have that, but yeah, they're pretty much dead unless you get both of them in Polymerization and fusion summon them into Rainbow Neos. They are the fusion materials for Rainbow Neos, who does have a good effect. Rainbow Neos is really good. This is a OTK pretty much, because Rainbow Neos has 4500 attack and has some really good effects. Prisma. Now do note with Prisma you cannot reveal Rainbow Dragon. You can reveal Neos, so if you have Rainbow Dragon and Prisma you can fusion summon, as long as you also have Polymerization. But you cannot use Rainbow Neos for Prisma. You can't use Prisma for Rainbow Neos, nor can you use King of the Swamp for Rainbow Dragon, because it says Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Dark Dragon, which is just really stupid. Like, if they had just said Rainbow Dragon, it would have worked out just fine, because the deck probably would have been a lot more consistent. Blaze Man, this is pretty much new Stratos. Just he can add Polymerization or add a Elemental Hero just by sending this guy, so he's really good. Really good. And then Shadow Mist, of course, he will add the Mass Chain spell card, or he will add a Elemental Hero monster if he's sent to the graveyard. King of the Swamp can be a Elemental Hero Neos as well, just like Prisma can. So if you have Rainbow Dragon and this guy in Polymerization already, good, or you can ditch him to add Polymerization. 3 Emergency Call, 3 Hero Live, and then 3 Rhoda, all to search out our heroes. This card can search out Neos, but these cards can only search out Blaze Man and Shadow Mist. So yeah, that, and then the 1 Reject Key, the 3 in Polymerization. We've talked about Rhoda Miracle Fusion just so that way we can make some really good plays, make a whole bunch of the Elemental Hero fusions. Dark Hole, 3 Upstarts for consistency, foolish because it's pretty much another Rhoda. You can send Shadow Mist to add negate anybody, and then 3 Mass Change, so we can turn our cards into Dark Claw and Acid. And that is pretty much the deck. It's all about just getting these 2 cards to hand with Polymerization, so 3 cards to hand, and then trying to make so you can get enough damage, because again it's only 45, you kind of need to do a little bit more, but also trying to get rid of any monsters or stuff on the board. So let's go over Rainbow Neos effect. He has 3 effects. You can only activate 1. Send 1 monster you control to the graveyard, shuffle all monsters your opponent controls into the deck. Really good. You have a Shadow Mist still on the field, you can get his effect off by sending him to the graveyard. All that's jazz. Send 1 spell trap card you can control to the graveyard, shuffle all spell and trap cards your opponent controls into the deck. Really good. Just get rid of extra upstarts or an extra poly or whatever you have. And then the other one is send 1 card from the top of your deck to graveyard, shuffle all cards in your opponent's graveyard into the deck. Again, that's really good. It's really good. If you're facing Shaddolls with this deck, you can get rid of their Shaddol fusions and then attack over their window or their whatever they have. Construct would kill this card, so you wouldn't want to attack into Construct. And then for the Elemental Hero fusions, we have Nova Master. If he destroys a monster by battle, you can draw a card. He requires an Elemental Hero and a Fire monster. That is plays mana and the Elemental Hero. The Shining, he gains 3 attack for each of your banished Elemental Heroes. And he's sent from your graveyard. You can target up to 2 banished Elemental Heroes. Add the target to your hand. Acid, when he is summoned, will destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. He's up Feather Duster, but your opponent's monster also loses 300 attack. The Screwdriver gains 100 attack for each E-Hero in your graveyard. Ab-Zero, if he leaves the field, will destroy all other monsters your opponent controls. Koga gains 500 attack, right? 500 attack for each monster your opponent controls, and you can banish 1 hero monster from your graveyard, target 1 face-up monster on the field. That target loses attack, you lose attack, the monster banished. So you can target stuff and make its attack really low. So if you can make this guy and Rainbow Neos, that is really good, because probably you're going to make 1 monster have 0 attack, and this would be 7,000 damage, just these 2. So close, but not just there yet. And then Dark Claw, of course, just Dark Claw. This is going to be like no searching. Any card sent from your opponent's deck to the graveyard is, or no, any card sent to your opponent's graveyard is banished instead. So he's just going to be really good and really annoying. And that will be it for the fusions. And then for the XYZs, we have the Dark Rebellion. Isn't bad in the deck, again, if you can increase his attack to a huge amount, and then you can attack over the monster with Rainbow Neos, and then hopefully attack per game. 101 for monster removal. Excalibur, this guy can OTK, because he will go up to 4,000 attack, and then you have Rainbow Neos with 45, so if you can get off direct attack with both of them, plus or minus 500 difference, you will get off a total of 85 damage. Exciton Knight to blow up the field, and that is it. The only thing to do note with this is, while it is trying to be an OTK, it's trying to put on a whole bunch of damage and then go for game. We do run 3 upstarts, so that kind of can make it very hard to do. But if you play it right and you get rid of all your opponent's monsters or get rid of all their spell and traps, they could be left not really able to do much. Like your opponent can just go so minus. So really fun deck to play, really interesting deck to play. This is completely TCG legal. I am really trying to make this as turbo as possible in this deck. So yeah, very interesting deck, very interesting deck. So I guess that will be it. Don't forget to stay tuned for the duels and replays with this deck that will be up tomorrow. And yeah, and as far as some of the other stuff that happened at Nats, we will go over all of that stuff probably next week. I want to give some time for the ban list to come out, and then we will go over and look at what the next format's going to be like. Pretty certain next week, after Elemental Hero Week, after the 4th of July, I'm probably going to do some budget decks, anti-meta, not necessarily anti-meta, but cheap, good decks, just budget decks that I think a lot of players could play, such as Ritual Beast. I think those cards are going to be good next format. So again, I'm going to try to stay away from messing with Nats until after the ban list and reveal, so that way we can get all the information and look at everything. So, hope you guys enjoyed this duel. And we'll stay tuned for more videos. See you guys later. Bye.